I am so excited to have my next guest join us. He's a very talented singer and songwriter, Rocco, right here on B-Sides.
What's up?
So great to meet you, man.
Thank you so much for having me.
In a way, it's been a little long time
This
coming
is great. This is
for
great.
me because you were definitely kind of like, I don't know, a thing for a little bit on TikTok and whatnot.
For a little bit, yeah.
And so here you are in San Francisco. Welcome back to the Bay.
Oh, I love the Bay. I love the Bay.
You're here a little frequently, aren't you?
I'm here frequently. I went to school over at Cal State LA for 1 year. Short-lived academic career.
Wait, where?
I went to Cal State LA for 1 year.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's quite a few people from the Bay.
Yeah.
So that's how I ended up here in the first place, to go visit a couple friends, do a couple like small gigs up here back while I was still a freshman in college. So the first time I touched down in the Bay, I just felt like a lot more homey than LA, you know, a little bit slower pace. And I just kind of like the vibe. So every time I have the chance to go to the Bay, I'm like always excited.
That's so great to hear.
Yeah.
Because you basically after the pandemic, everybody was like, all right, I'm out of here. I'm going to do things.
Yeah.
And you went to LA, New Jersey, and you spent some time here in the Bay and all that stuff. Did you always have that inside you to say, all right, as soon as this is over, I'm going to explore the world and do things?
Oh, yeah. Ever since I was, actually, no. That's a lie. Because I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do after high school. I did know I want to be an artist come junior year. That's when I started kind of like the Rocco project and everything. But I wasn't sure what I was going to do. There's some doubt whether I wanted to move to LA or not. It didn't really cross my mind until like end of junior year, senior year, until I was like, okay, I think the best way for me to do this thing is to I have to change my scenery, change my environment, and I kind of took that leap to go to LA. So that's kind of how I decided.
So basically, what you're saying is that you saw the great videos of TikTok houses, 1, 2, 3, 4,
exactly, yeah.
all the fun and the
actually, what kind of like triggered me to think about moving to LA was my brother, who's in this group Kids Not Saints, super talented guy. They kind of inspired me to do this whole music thing in the first place. He went out to LA to do some meetings and do some sessions. And that was the first time one of us ever touched down in California. So I kind of saw that. I was like, wow, it's active over there.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get a piece of it. And that's how I ended up.
I can relate to you with regards to the familial aspect of things.
Yes.
The strong bond of family.
Mm-hmm.
How did your parents take to you saying, I am going, that's it? I graduate here, and 1 month later, I'm out.
Yeah, no, I feel like all Asians kind of have like the same experience, just growing up, very family orientated. You know, they want the best for you. And academic wise, it's a big part of our lives. So being Asian, it was a little difficult trying to make my parents fully understand as I was growing up. But honestly, like, I'm super blessed because my parents I feel like they won't fully admit it, but they could kind of tell at like a younger age that I wasn't really like the most like academically inclined person in the world. Like, I was in like the assisted math classes while I was younger, and at times I did feel a little guilty because my parents put a lot of trust in my academics and stuff. You know, they got me a SAT tutor.
Wow.
And then I flunked that horribly.
Oh.
Honestly, I think that was one of the tipping points in my academic career also, while I was just taking the SAT. And then I was like, oh my God, I can't do it. I think I left like the math section blank.
The whole section?
The whole section. I'm not stupid, by the way, guys. But I'm just going to say like, this is pretty corny. I'm going to say a lot of corny things, but you know, I put my mind into other things, as they would say. But I did put a lot of my attention in the creatives, you know. Like I loved history. That was probably like my favorite subject.
Oh yeah?
I was very interested.
What type of history? American history?
U.S. and world history. I loved it. And then, you know, art classes and music classes I really enjoyed. And whenever like a school project had some sort of creative aspect, I gravitated more towards that. I found more enjoyment. But I feel like I was just so hyper-focused on things outside of school. Like, I love basketball. I was on the basketball team. That was a big part of my life. I focused on that a lot. And then, that and music, and that kind of just ate up a lot of my time outside of school. And I feel like my parents kind of observed that. And, you know, they knew I was a smart kid. But they didn't discourage me. Never once did they say, Rocco, don't do this. Rocco, you know, give up. You know, they never said those
This
words
is not
to me.
for you. Or
Yeah,
anything.
this isn't for you. They yelled at me sometimes for my grades, or yelled at me sometimes for, you know, the stuff parents should yell at you for.
Right.
But they never once discouraged me about my dreams.
Filipinos are well known to love karaoke.
Oh, we love it.
How many days of the week did you spend on Magic Sing growing up?
Yeah, so both of my parents were pretty musically inclined. You know, just they grew up around music, and they had me grow up around music as well. Karaoke, I will credit to probably be the first to, like, you know, introduce me to, you know, singing in general. My dad would play a bunch of oldies, play a lot of Hall & Oates, a lot of Earth, Wind and Fire and stuff like that. So
What is it with Asians and adult contemporary 80s?
I think that's just what they were playing in Asia or something. That's what, like, my dad was in the Philippines at that time, and that's what they were playing. So they just love that stuff.
Was there a lot of Journey as well? Because
oh yeah, of course. That's Bono, right?
What's that?
Is that Bono? No, that's U2.
That's U2. No, Journey is with the Filipino singer Arnel.
Oh yes. Of course,
right?
Of course. That was prominent. So karaoke was a big part. We would play it. I'm sure every single Filipino can relate. Every single party, you're like forced to do it. Honestly, that might have given me like my performance chops, because
I would hope so.
yeah, even for like my I used to get like nervous and shy. Of course, all kids would probably get a little like nervous, like, oh, I don't want to do this, you know, like performing in front of all their family and friends. But you know, sometimes they offer you a little money.
Right.
They're like, Rock, I'll give you $5 if you sing, and then I'm like, all right, fine. And then my brother would kill it though. He was a way better singer. And
what about the music around the house that external to what they were playing on karaoke? And your brother, I'm sure, shaped your musical taste.
Yeah, no, so a big thing in doesn't matter where you're from in New Jersey, we love rap.
Yeah,
that's the first thing.
New York's right there.
Yeah, New York is right there. Like R.I.P. Pop Smoke, but Pop Smoke hit New Jersey, and freaking New Jersey and New York like the pandemic. You know, it was crazy out there. So we loved rap growing up. So actually, what the first music that I made, I started making music in like when I was 14 in 8th grade, and I made like rap music. I was a SoundCloud rapper, through and through. Like
what was your name?
It was Young Miyagi.
Young Miyagi.
It was Young Miyagi. I think I sold one by Rocco still, but I referred to myself as Young Miyagi sometimes. And we made a track, me and my homie, called Young Miyagi. And fun fact, the guy who I first made music with, he was 13 at the time. I was 14. And he was the little brother of the other guy in my brother's group. Sorry, that was a lot of brothers.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my brother is like a 3-man group. Him and this other guy started it, Josh. And Josh, that's his little brother, was the guy that I was working with. Yeah, we just tried to be like, you know, like our older brothers and start making music. So we were both really young at the time. I was inspired by like Juice WRLD, like XXX.
Oh yeah, rest in peace.
Little Skies, like all that jazz. So that's kind of what I listened to like growing up. Like I didn't really create like my own individual like musical identity until I was probably around like a junior. That's when I started listening to like more vulnerable tracks. You know, that's when I got introduced to Frank Ocean and all that. So I felt like that resonated with me a lot more than, you know, drugs, sex, and money.
Right.
You know, living in the white suburbs, like, you know, why am I rapping about, you know, having a chain and, you know.
Cop just pulled me over again for 75.
That was total cap. Absolutely cap. And then, so I kind of resonated more into the love songs. And
so basically, when you hit puberty.
Yeah, basically when I hit puberty, got my heart broken.
That girls were
bit,
actually
you know.
hot.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of when I started to dabble more into that indie pop, bedroom pop realm. And then I think like I made like my first indie song like when I was like a sophomore or a junior, and then never looked back ever since then, because I felt like that genre resonated with me the most.
Yeah.
In terms of like what my parents were playing, like I was saying, like that yacht rock, like that Hall & Oates and all that. But Bruno Mars was huge
Oh yeah,
every single Filipino.
he's the pride and joy.
Yeah, he's literally the Manny Pacquiao's the fighting pride, and then Bruno Mars is the singing pride. So.
So I hear a lot of this in your music.
Yeah.
I hear the gentleness, not the adult contemporary vibes, but the essence of romance.
Yeah.
Because Hall & Oates wrote a whole plethora of amazing songs.
Exactly.
And they weren't all love songs, but you know what I'm saying, right? And as melding that in with the Frank Ocean R&B vibes and all that, how does that all intersect with some of the bossa nova and some of the music that you've released so far?
Yeah, a lot of it stems from just like romance, like you just said. Yeah, right when I hit puberty, I feel like that's when I started to kind of see that more vulnerable side. And I feel like one of my strong suits when I am making music is definitely my songwriting. So I just felt like writing about love and the experiences and the trials and tribulations of what young kids and people in general just go through with love.
There are a ton of artists that have the reputation of writing amazing love songs throughout their career.
Yeah, I hope to be one of those.
That's my question. Is that something that you will continue and aspire to?
Oh, of course. I feel like love is, like I said, love is everywhere.
Yeah.
I feel like I'll never run out of it, and I'll never run out of inspiration or muses or, there won't be any shortness of love, and I feel like there's always just such a surplus of it everywhere, and I try to find it in everywhere. And outside of music, just being a loving, caring, good vibey person, that's what you want to project. So I feel like I think I'll keep on running about love till there's no more love. But I don't think there will.
I don't think there's ever going to be that.
We could do like a word count on love
in
this interview, and we'll just keep on dinging.
People are going to be drunk if they were to play.
They'll be like, take a shot.
Right?
How many times Rocco says love in this
right.
interview, and then they'll just be smacked by the end.
You dropped a new song recently called Baby Blue.
Yes, that is.
And so much love.
Love that song, guys. Love that song.
I love it. People love it.
Yeah. Honestly, that's probably like my favorite song I've ever written. I love how dynamic it is. There's just a lot going on musically. Production-wise, produced by my brother, Kids Not Saints. They did a great job, and to be able to work with like people so close, and like basically my whole team is like in-house, like video, photo, production, like everybody I know personally, into like a familial, like some of them are even my family, like my brother. So it's just a blessing to be able to create and put stuff out with such an awesome team. And Baby Blue is just another product of that. We worked super hard on that, and I was just really, really proud of how it came to be. It was inspired by a lot of like, I've been listening to a lot of like Nashville pop.
Really?
Yeah. So like kind of just like not too country, but like just. Like it's like pop songs with like a little bit of that country, a country vibe and country twang, country twang. And I just love their melodies. I love the way the guitars move, and I kind of emulated that into Baby Blue, and still stayed in my realm of like bedroom indie pop. But songwriting wise, I felt like I was in my bag for that one, and. No, it's just a super fun song to create. Like I think the whole time I was just smiling.
Yeah.
Probably just like, oh, this is so good. And I started off with like a demo track, just to send to my brother, and then he took it off me from there, and we started the production, just built it all the way up, and it was just back and forth, just good vibes, and I just love the way the production kind of emulates kind of like a live performance. There's a lot of stops. There's lots of hits. It's very dynamic, and that song's super special to me, and I'm glad that it's been super well received.
Congrats on everything, man.
Thank you so much, man.
Great
Super humbled to just be in the position I am, and that was a good conversation.
Great to meet you.
Yeah, great to meet you too.
It's been a long time coming, like I said, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Anytime you guys want me, I'll be here.
Amazing.
I'll just be chilling.
It's Rocco right here on B-Sides.